In today's video, we'll be going over loops and conditions in Java. To fully understand loops, we must first go through a brief overview of conditions in Java. If is used to specify a statement that's executed if the condition is true. Else is used to specify a statement that is executed if the condition is not met. Else if is used to specify a new condition if the first statement is false. We can see that by this example that if the first condition is true, statement 1 is executed. If the first condition is false, but condition 2 is true, statement 2 is executed. If both conditions are false, statement 3 is executed. Now that we've covered conditionals, we can break down the different types of loops in Java, along with how and when to use each one. Let's start with the simple for loop. The simple for loop is made up of three components: the variable declaration initialization, the condition check, and the increment/decrement statement. This loop is used when the number of iterations is predefined or known beforehand. In this example, we can see that the counter variable is initialized to 0, and if the condition is true, in this case, x is less than 10, if x is less than 10, then it will execute the block of statements within the brackets. Then x will be incremented by 1 after every iteration. Now let's take a look at the for each loop. So the for each loop is a bit different than the simple for loop. We can see it requires the declaration of a variable, and that variable must match the same data type as the rest of the elements inside of the array. Then we also need the name of the declared and initialized array after the colon. And for each loops are mainly used when an array needs to be traversed and the values need to be compared. It is important to keep in mind that these values cannot be changed. In this example, the counter variable x traverses through the entire array, and the block of code is executed until all elements have been accessed. Next, we have the while loop. Similar to the for loop, we can see that the counter variable is initialized and declared, but before the while keyword is used. The loop repeats while the condition is true and the counter variable update takes place within the block of code. While loops are useful when the number of repetitions are not specified. So in this example, we can see that y is initialized to 0 and the condition is checked. Is y less than 10? Yes. So the code is executed, and at the point in the loop, y is incremented. Finally, we have the do while loop. The do while loop is almost identical to the while loop, except it checks the condition after the statement is executed. In the example, we can see that z is initialized to 0, and immediately after, the code is executed. After the execution of the code, the condition is checked: is z less than 10? If it is, then it goes through another iteration until that condition is not met. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if I missed anything or any questions you may still have in the comment section below. The next video will be on array lists and 2D arrays.